Guys, today we're here to honor the life of Joe Canavo. This is his Norton that he's had for over 40 years. I'm here with his daughter, Sophie, and this bike has been a big part of Joe's life and a big part of your life too.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
From an early age, you used to ride on the bike with your dad to Brit Jam, and you have some great memories. And sadly, he's passed away, but he's still with us in many ways, isn't he?
He absolutely is. Yes, he's a very strong spirit. And I'm so honored to have his bike here on display with you. It keeps his legacy living on. And like you said, he had this bike since he was 20 years old. It's a 1973 Norton Commando. It was his pride and joy. He was a musician, he was a golfer, he did many hobbies, many activities, and of course he was a loving father, but one of his pride and joys was this bike. And I have many memories of, being a little tot on the back of this bike. So when he got sick, he was only sick for a few short months, and during his battle with leukemia, we had already been living by this phrase, but this phrase really rung true for us as a family and as a community. We coined the term, don't count the days, make the days count. And I'm sure so many people can resonate with that quote right there. I'll say it again because it resonates so strongly with the heartstrings. Don't count the days, make the days count. And we lived by that. And though he was sick for only a short amount of time, we did our best to make memories and get out on boats and watch the sunset and just do things together as a family and as loved ones. And after he passed, of course, it left a gaping hole in our hearts because he was a man that was larger than life. He'd give you the shirt off his back, he'd give you $1 and a joke to send you on your way. And we missed him greatly, but I wanted to continue the legacy of him. And so the Brit Jam Festival, which happens every August, a display of British motorcycles, we would go to this together, and he would love to see all of the motorcycles, much like your museum here. And this year, of course, I wanted him to come back with us. So with the help of my father-in-law and the organizer of the Brit Jam Festival, we displayed this bike on a trailer and had avid fans from all over come and look at the bike. Well, unbeknownst to me, my father in the afterlife had a special moment for me too, because when we pulled into the fairgrounds, completely unrelated to the festival, the fire department next door, now my father was a fire policeman for many, many years, on their sign where they could write fire safety tips or back to school advice was none other than our family quote, "Don't count the days, make the days count." And of course, we're all so teary-eyed and couldn't believe it. But that right there was a moment in time where I was able to realize that life does carry on in the afterlife. We may not understand it, but our loved ones are available to send us signs. And I think you were telling me you have something very similar to that. And it was a good friend of yours.
Yes, yeah. And a day goes by, I don't see his race number.
Yeah, so
and my kids too.
Tell me about, who was this gentleman?
My friend Rob Howard, him and I traveled with our kids for 10 years straight from when they were like 5 to 15, racing motorcycles. And he and I raced the vet class together, and our kids raced from the minis up to the big bikes. And he died tragically in a race. And ever since he passed away, we went to the track to do a service a couple days after he died at the track for him. And I pulled up in my truck, and the odometer was a new truck. It said 224 miles on it, and that was his race number 224. And I looked at the odometer, and I was like, "Is this you talking to me, Rob?" And then since then, on the daily, like my daughter Taylor, more so than Junior and Jordan, will send me messages, pictures of 224 where we see his number everywhere. And
that's the third time today I see 224 come up on the clock. Once before on the time clock, and now on the odometer. And every time I see that number, I think of my friend Rob Howard. I don't know if he died racing. He's one of my best friends. And I don't know if he's looking down up in heaven telling me, "Can go get it, Ken," or he's going, "Hey, asshole, motocrossers aren't supposed to ride road races. Get off the track before you kill yourself. I love you, but I don't want to see you that soon." So I don't know, Rob. I don't know. Are you cheering me on, or are you telling me get the hell out of here? It's kind of spooked me a bit, but love you, brother. God bless America.
I truly feel that our spirits carry on after we're gone. And
Agreed.
And you have many instances with your dad where you mentioned similar things.
I do, yes. So many times our dad has shown us signs, and I would love to hear from others too, because it's not a unique experience to get those signs from your loved ones. You just have to be open to it. And I'd love to hear from your viewers. Please, comment below of what you have experienced, whether it's feathers or butterflies, dragonflies, birds, numbers on the clock, the odometer. There's so many ways that our loved ones communicate with us. The motorcycle ripping on by,
Yes.
past your museum. There's so many ways that our loved ones will come through to let us know that they're well, they're happy, and they love us. And this "don't count the days, make the days count" sign, I mean, literally a sign, couldn't have been any larger from my dad. And it's helped me to, heal. And that's, I think, what their main intention is from the spirit world, is to let us know they're well and they don't want us to ache. They want us to continue living in their legacy, but living in joy and celebration. And so that's why I'm so grateful to you and to this museum for showcasing my dad's Norton, to let his legacy live on and to let people come and celebrate his life, because he's a life worth celebrating and this museum is worth celebrating. So I can't thank you enough for having us. Please come check out not only my dad's Norton, but there are so many bikes in this museum, and who knows, you might see your loved one's race number, or you might see a sign from your loved one here. And if you're, getting that call and that pull to come here, come, because you never know, there might be something here for you from your loved one too.
Sophie, I know his jacket, his helmet mean a lot, but there's a special meaning to these feathers. Can you tell us?
I would love to tell that story. So when my father passed, we were all there. Fortunately, we had, quite some time to prepare, and we surrounded him with love and music, and we quite literally sung him to the other side. And I stayed at his home for a couple of days after, with family. And when it was time to leave, it was really, really hard. And I have a very loving and supporting partner, my wife, Jess. We've been married for 5 years. She helped me, get in the truck, and we started our commute home. And it was really heavy for me, and it was really hard. And, in her way of looking to uplift me, let's stop, let's go shopping, let's get an iced coffee. Okay, let's do it. So we pull into Starbucks, we're getting our iced coffee. She's coming back to the truck and something catches her eye. She turns and she goes, "What was that?" She goes back, and on the railing outside of Starbucks is this little rock. It's painted and it has wings on it. She picks it up, and there's a laminated piece of paper beneath it. The laminated piece of paper says, "If you found this rock, it is to honor a loved one that has passed on."
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding. This is the
That's
day
incredible.
I left my father's house. "If you have found this, please place it in a new location to honor someone that you love." It was Zunera Rocks, and this girl is fantastic. She does it to honor her dearly beloved friend Zunera, who passed. And so I reached out to her, of course, and I said, "I found this rock, and this has meant so much to all of my family." Well, she goes on to give me this gift bag with wings, my father's initials on a little pendant, all of these gifts, butterfly plant, things to go in my plants, and these wings, and also rocks of our own that are painted. They have my father's name underneath with butterflies on them. And so she now gifted me the ability to go around placing these rocks at my dad's favorite locations.
Wow.
Well, now
Wow.
those rocks are traveling, and we get updates. People will take a picture and they'll post it to her page saying, "I found this rock. It's in honor of Joseph A. Canavo. I see his name underneath it. I placed it at this new location." So these wings are just that symbolic of, again, those signs and just, spreading the word. And then when people reach out to her and let them know about a loved one that they'd like to honor, she then, free of charge, will send them rocks in honor of their loved ones. So with great thanks to Zunera Rocks, Lindsay, she's an amazing person who helps keep your loved one's legacy going on. And that's what those wings are.
That's incredible. And this walking stick too. There's a story behind this too.
This walking stick. So before we bought our home 5 years ago, we went for a walk as a family, and that's what we did a lot. We went hiking. We love to go out for walks. I picked up this stick, and my father, of course, always had a knife in his pocket, he started to smooth it off on the walk and gave it back to me. And at the end of the walk, I said, Dad, let's leave this for someone else in case someone else needs a walking stick. You've prepared it so nicely. Well, he smiled and chuckled, but he had a plan. And he took this stick home and he continued to smooth it down, polyurethane. He added some pink elements to it. And on our wedding day, 3 months later, he gave this to me as part of his father of the bride's speech. My wife is a police officer, and he gave this stick to me saying, this serves
as a metaphor, so that knowing that your family is there to support you. But I will give you a word of caution. Don't ever use this staff to set up an argument with your spouse. Because she has a handgun and mace and you have a stick.
Never use it to settle an argument, because while your wife has a handgun and mace, you have a stick.
That's awesome. What a cool story.
So that's the walking stick, and it has held me upright in so many times when, those knees buckle at the services and everything else. And this staff it's exactly what he said. It holds me upright.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure. Thanks for asking.
Sophie filmed 3 tribute videos. The first one I saw, it was texted to me by her friend who bought the bike here about a week ago. And I got about 30 seconds into it and started getting teary-eyed.
What can you say about a dad that showed up in every opportunity, in every way, every event, every sport, every showcase, every recital, and then got sick? So then we started to show up for him. Every hospital day, every visit, every moment that we could possibly spend with him. We coined the phrase, don't count the days, make the days count. And it's what got not only him through all of the treatments, but us too. It was a motto we already lived by as a family and as a community. Don't count the days. Make the days count. We did. Every single day counted with love. So much love. And leave it to Dad to continue this in the afterlife.
I didn't know there was a second and third video.
I've always believed in signs from the other side, but I didn't know just how special they could be. Dad has stopped at absolutely nothing to remind us he's here and he loves us, with blinking lights and monarch butterflies and painted rocks and silk flowers on guitars and on our cars, Coca-Cola bottles and reminders. A penny and 2 quarters for his passing on January 25th, 2025. Coffee. He still continues to have coffee with us. He sends us sunshine. Lots of sunshine. Gentle reminders that he's with us, to keep our chin up, to shine on, and to know he hasn't left. He's just changed form. And though it hasn't gotten any easier, his signs carry us continuously and remind us to continue making the days count. I love you with all of my heart too, Dad. One of Dad's many pride and joys was his 1973 Norton Commando he had since he was 20. We loved to go for rides on his Norton and loved attending the Brit Jam Festival where he got to see other British motorcycles. So, of course, this year, I wanted him to be able to ride one last time. And with the help of my father-in-law and the organizer of the Brit Jam Festival, we were able to put a display trailer together, honoring not only my dad's Norton, but also my dad. Avid Norton fans from all over came to learn about my dad's legacy. I could tell he was beaming, and I was full of pride. But little did I know what he had in store for me. Unrelated to the festival, the fire department next door had this on their sign.
I know a lot of people have lost loved ones, including myself, and we all wish we could express it nearly as eloquently as you had.
Thank you.
And I think it's the best 3 videos I've ever seen honoring somebody's life. And those will be included in this video. I want you guys to watch these videos. And this is how we heal, by grieving, right? And a lot of people never take the time to or they don't allow themselves to grieve. And they start drinking or drugs that suppress their emotions. And it's a very healthy thing to do. And then there's the joy of celebrating the life once you get past that. And that's what we're doing today for Joe, is celebrating his Norton, you, and your relationship with him.
Yeah, I think it takes bravery to feel grief. It's a courageous thing. So hopefully, you feel slightly inspired to feel your grief, and hopefully we can instill a little bit of bravery in everyone. Take a moment, think about that loved one that you miss, and it's okay to miss them, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay to love them and to feel them and to be with their spirit. And you have our support. If you're experiencing that, take a moment to sit in the sun and remember them and reflect on that life, because they will appreciate it.
Guys, there were 3 big dudes, bigger and tougher than I am, that were standing right behind Tyler 5 minutes ago when we watched her video. All 5 of us had tears in our eyes. Not one of us. There wasn't a clear eye in the house, and it just
You're all
really,
leaking motor. You're all leaking motor oil.
Yeah, it's just the gas. That's it. Yeah. So it really, I promise you, you watch the videos, it's going to touch you, and maybe inside we weren't. Obviously, it touched us, but it's all the pain that we've all had from our lost ones that you so eloquently brought out, and it's just incredible. I've never seen a better tribute.
Thank you.
And we hope to honor his legacy here as long as you wish. His bike will be on display in the museum, featured in our. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you guys here. Really appreciate it.
It'll be on display here. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 3:30. If you want to come down and take a look at this bike and read the. Please feel free to comment what your experience is with your loss of loved ones, because we've all lost somebody special, and this is really a incredible experience sharing this with you and watching your videos. Really, we're blown away, just blown away. Thank you all for watching.
And don't count the days. Make the days count.
Amen. God bless America.